The story of Plan B is a difficult one to tell. Everybody, had a different idea of what Plan B was or was to become, depending sort of on, Mike's vision that he was giving to you at the time.
Mike Ternasky had a vision of this mega team, this super team, kind of like, how the NBA Dream Team was back in '92 for the Olympics. The best guys coming together with the best company and making it mind-blowing.
I first met Danny at the Linda Vista Boys Club, and it was a contest. And here's this little kid, 12 years old, just ripping.
I went to do a demo up in Oceanside at Witt's, a Gail Webb demo, and that's the first time I actually met Danny and shot photos of him.
They're like, yeah, he does demos with Gail Webb all the time, and he skates for Vision, Well, shortly after that, he didn't skate for Vision anymore, and he moved over to Powell, and then quickly moved on to H Street because they weren't going to support the level of progression Danny was up for.
It was pretty heavy because not many people quit Powell back in those days. Because when you first get on it, you're probably pretty stoked. And then you get a little bit of skate time under your belt and you finally figure out that maybe you know more than somebody else.
H Street is the one, through Mike Ternasky, who really started pushing the video thing in a new way. They were making stars, basically, through their videos.
Mike was one of those guys that he would know, if somebody had that potential before anyone else could ever see it,
Mike being over at H Street, he kind of came into it. It wasn't his thing, but he was kind of a leader over there at the same time.
Everybody trusted him. Everybody, believed in him. At some point, Mike just said, I'm out.
Mike T and Tony Mag just, I think they have a difference of opinion of how they wanted to run the company.
I talked to Danny, Mike Carroll, Rick Howard, these guys, and they came up with a little plan.
He wanted to know if we would manufacture and distribute and sort of partner with him to, get Plan B up on the map, instantly.
Getting the guys, doing it from ground level, it being his thing, it was his opportunity to kind of do a company just in how he envisioned it, which was a little bit different than probably the rest of the industry at that time.
Mike was really fed up with the skateboard industry, to be honest. I think he was unimpressed with the immaturity of, the business at that time, and it was quite a grind for a little return.
What had happened is there was a whole generation of older company owners that no longer were really involved in skating as far as directly. So they weren't out there actually skating. Then you had this new generation where it was guys that were in it, living it, skating every day. So it was just like the inmates taking over the asylum. What do we think is going to be cool? Let's do it.
It was a rebirth basically of skateboarding to anybody that was there.
The riders had a lot of complete freedom. People just wanted to be a part of it because it was just so rad.
It's called Plan B. Yeah, it's just came out the other day. It's new. You'll hear about it soon.
They were kind of smart asses. I know Colin, he was just with Moses and those dudes up in Canada. They would just, make trouble with people on the street and they were out just for a goof all the time. They were just skaters.
Just a little grum, 14 years old or something like that, out wild in the streets.
Did you ever have this here on your lens?
What are you doing?
Have you taken any spills today?
A couple.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Just little minor ones.
They didn't even care, they didn't care about getting hurt or breaking anything or getting sued, or they were just being kids, being young crazy people.
I don't have a hard on for skateboarders, but I do get pissed off because I'm supposed to be out here stopping crime, doing all this and stuff. They got me running around chasing skateboarders, which is bull.
it needed to be harnessed, and that was Mike's gift, to take a bunch of crazy guys with Colin and Danny at the head of the crazy guy list and unify them and point them in the right direction.
Take 3 or 4 good pushes and start.
You know, what Mike did with Rodney was just flat out amazing.
Yes! Something else. One more thing. All right.
That just changed everything, I think.
You'd watch it in awe, like, I have no idea how to do that. I don't know how he even thought of that. I don't really even know what that was, but man, it was awesome.
People say it doesn't go big. That was commitment right there. Let's watch that. Oh man, we gotta watch that.
It was pretty much Mike. He sort of knew in his head what he wanted to do. That was, you know, that was his whole life.
If there was something that we were having a problem with, you know, sit down and speak with us about these things. So why isn't this going on, or what's the problem here, or you need to get this out of your life. It's like a real steady father figure, boss, big brother, you know, really great man.
I was always like nervous, like what do people think of me? Like, look at all these people look at me, like I couldn't deal with it, you know? And you know, he would like take me aside, calm me down, be like, listen man, all you gotta do is just go do what you do. Don't worry about it, you know? And it was just like, you know, I've held on to that for years, for, you know, a long time.
Pat's parts were just like, I can't believe what I just saw.
It was also like the shock of like, who is this dude? Where did he come from?